ReplacementRemotes.com. Let us repair or replace any remote control. Well, I guess they can't repair this one. Thanks, Max. Wow, they have my original remote. And an exact replacement that doesn't need programming. Hey, Max, here's the deal. I can use the coupon code ALEX for a 5% discount. ReplacementRemotes.com has all my remotes for my TVs and accessories. I can order online at ReplacementRemotes.com or call them at 336-377-2220. I wonder if they sell dog toys.
For all your remote control needs, visit ReplacementRemotes.com at 336-377-2220.
ReplacementRemotes.com. ReplacementRemotes.com. If you need a remote control, ReplacementRemotes.com.
One major world crisis away from having a totalitarian type of system.
The main event is the wholesale destruction of the world economy.
The push for every nation on the globe to identify and number all of its citizens.
Friends, I hope that you will order Shadow Government from Infowars.com. We also have some specials where you can get some of our other films half price when you order Shadow Government. A new level in production quality and in information. It exposes how a cashless society, surveillance beast grid of total control is being put into place. This film needs to be seen. Everybody needs to get it. So order yours today. Show it to your friends, your family, your church, your neighbors, your boss, your employees. Shadow Government, ladies and gentlemen. Get your copy at Infowars.com today. Shadow Government. It gives Big Brother a black eye. Available at Infowars.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.
Well, come on, all of you big strong men. Uncle Sam needs your help again. Got himself in a terrible jam way down yonder in Vietnam. Put down your books and pick up a gun. We're gonna have a whole lot of fun. And it's 1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for? Don't ask me, I don't give a damn. The next stop is Vietnam.
We are back. It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas. And again, as we move towards a society more like China where they try to regulate every single thing we do, how many children we're allowed to live or allowed to have, how big our home is allowed to be, how many cars we're allowed to have, how much tax we have to pay, they have to make it seem like China is moving more in our direction. As we become more and more like their society, they're wearing the Levi's blue jeans and drinking the Coca-Cola and eating the processed food like McDonald's. So they move towards our society as we move towards theirs. We're going to take your calls, and then on the other side, we're going to play the chapter of World Trade Center 7 out of my, not my last film anymore. I've got Invisible Empire out there, but Fabled Enemies, the film before that one. All right, let's go to our first caller. Let's go to Jesse in Texas. Jesse, you're on the line. Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up, Jason? Yesterday I went out to eat with a friend of mine, and I had mentioned to her that I said that 9/11 happened to be an inside job, and I mentioned about Tower 7 and how that was a controlled demolition. So I'm trying to get her to sort of see things differently. So, I'm trying to do my part as far as, letting people know that these people are fascist, bastards. I don't know if I can say that on there, but yeah, so...
No, they're bastards. They absolutely are. They're cold-blooded killers, Jesse. They are cold-blooded killers. They killed 3,000-plus people on 9/11. They undoubtedly blew up World Trade Centers 1, 2, and 7. 7 being the most obvious example of a controlled demolition in the fact that it was actually done in the regular bottom down. Instead of a top down demolition, it was a not so much a bottom up, but it came from the bottom first. You can see it basically fall into its own footprint. And you watch the World Trade Center demolitions, and they were a top down demolition. Now debunkers will sit there and say, there's no such thing as a top down demolition, Jason. I ain't never seen no top down demolition. We played several of them on the air here on the Infowarrior, and we may just do that again today. Kevin in Georgia. Kevin, you're on the line. Yes, sir.
Hey, Jason. Just calling in. Wanted to congratulate you on Invisible Empire and also congratulate Alex on Police State 4. Great films.
Excellent.
But I was calling in. I wanted to ask you to get your mind and your thoughts on the Freemasons and how they are connected to the Illuminati. I'm currently reading The Illuminati 2012 by Nishan A. Kimapuro, and Mark Dice touched on this in the Resistance Manifesto, and just wanted to get your intake on that.
Sure. Kevin, have you ever heard of a book called Proofs of a Conspiracy?
Absolutely.
Now, Proofs of a Conspiracy is a guy by John Robison, and it comes at it kind of as a pro-Mason perspective. He's a Mason in the original Scottish lodges out in Europe, and I've read this book, and it's very interesting. He kind of takes you step by step of the Illuminati infiltration into Masonry. Now, does that mean that I necessarily think that Masonry was good before, I guess, the quote-unquote Illuminati and the Weishaupt crowd got in there? I don't know. I really don't know where these schools, these mystery Babylon schools, really derive from. There's a ton of theories out there. There's a ton of things to look at. But I really like that book in the sense that it shows you how the Masons were really usurped during the late 1700s and well into the 1800s. And I think that the way that the Masons fit in is that, a lot of the high-level guys are into the occult and into these upper echelons of Masonry. But then on the other end, they use the Porch Masons for programs like CHIP, which is this child protection program where you go get your kid DNA databased and they take his thumbprint and a DNA swab and his teeth records and all this other stuff to put you into the system. So on the upper echelons of the Masons, you actually do have people that do rule things and run things and decide the way that our lives go, sometimes based on this occultic philosophy that I really don't understand, but you look at these guys and they are into the cult. And then you have the lower level guys that kind of think that they're just part of a beer drinking after fraternity. And they're used to kind of implement their smaller level plans and gain acceptance in the general public. So I hope that answered your question, Kevin. I appreciate the call. Let's go to Dan in Connecticut. Dan, you're on the line.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
I need your help to start a trend. I'm actually a candidate for Congress, and what I did is I swore under penalty of perjury different things that I would do in office. And if you go to realdealforcongress.com, you can see that pledge. I basically want to make sure that I can get as many candidates as possible to commit to that, because we've seen too many people.
All right, Dan, we'll be back after this. It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas, prisonplanet.tv, Infowars.com.
Coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
Hello, this is Alex Jones with some important questions. If you're going into a battle and they give you a rifle and a sidearm, how much ammunition do you want? My answer would be all I can get. In the battle for freedom and the lives of your loved ones, food is your only ammunition. How much do you want? When do you want it? Now or after the battle starts? When will you need it? Can you buy it without proper identification? Will there be any food? Will it make your children sick? If there's a quarantine and you can't feed yourself, will you go to the gathering center and be immunized? You wipe out all these problems if you have a good food supply. Food is your ammunition to fight for your freedom and your life. How much will you need? We don't know. How much do you want? All you can get. I'm Alex Jones. I want all of you good guys to live to fight another day. Call 1-800-409-5633 or check it out on the web at efoodsdirect.com. Again, that number, 1-800-409-5633.
With the implementation of Codex Alimentarius, it is clear that we must act quickly to avoid losing our freedom of choice where personal health preferences are concerned. As of January 1st, 2010, Codex Alimentarius was implemented within the European Union, resulting in the restricted sale of many natural supplements, including colloidal silver. We must take immediate steps to assure a continuing supply of colloidal silver for ourselves and our families. Act now to acquire the means of producing this beneficial supplement in the privacy of your own home. Colloidal silver is a powerful antipathogenic used for more than 200 years as a natural alternative to costly drugs and their dangerous, unpredictable side effects. Go to www.silverlungs.com for more information on how to secure your freedom of choice by producing your own colloidal silver right from home. That's www.silverlungs.com. silverlungs.com.
Hi, this is Alex Jones. Did you know that the global elite are now storing non-hybrid seeds in secret storage vaults near the Arctic Circle? Did you know that in a real meltdown, non-hybrid seeds can become more valuable than silver or gold? It's true, seeds have outperformed even gold and silver before in this country, and it's possible that could even happen again. So our friends at Solutions from Science have put together the perfect mix of non-hybrid seeds. They call it a survival seed bank, and it can produce an endless supply of nutrient-dense food for you and your family. And here's the best part. These seeds have not been genetically modified in any way, and you actually get enough seeds to plant a full acre crisis garden. So visit them today at survivalseedbank.com. That's survivalseedbank.com, or give them a call at 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365. Remember, in a real crisis, non-hybrid seeds are the ultimate barter item. This is Alex Jones for survivalseedbank.com.
I never remorse for you, no letters endorsing you. Pole position in the coffin is what is costing you. The caucus bosses who control the force.